Namaskar, Swagatam. We would like to welcome you all on our 565th journey. Thank you very much for joining. Today is National Weatherperson's Day. So how should we relate with our AYUSH? And weathers are changeable, seasons are being changed. 4 Ritus are there. We are fortunate enough in this India country. So today's topic is Ritu Charya. Ritu Charya according to all seasons, specifically for Vasant Ritu. So we are welcoming our all speakers. Dr. Ramdas PV, welcome. Dr. Prabha Sharma ji, welcome. Dr. Prabha Sharma ji, welcome. I welcome our guardians, Vishnu Prasad Sharma ji, BK Agnihotri sir, welcome. And today, Dr. Bagga and Dr. Bhaswati Bhattacharya both have joined from USA. I hope so. We welcome you all. Dr. Anita ji, Dr. Devji, Dr. Prabha Sharma ji, Dr. Bagga, everybody is welcome. I would like to hand over the mic to Professor Vishnu Prasad Sharma ji for his welcome blessings. Welcome, sir. Now stage is yours.
Okay, thank you. Namaskar. Good evening to everybody. Respected, distinguished guests, eminent speaker, ladies and gentlemen. I, Professor Dr. Vishnu Prasad Sharma, welcome all of you to this evening webinar on RITU Switcha. So in this evening webinar, we have eminent speaker. I want to welcome Dr. Ramadas PV, Professor, Department of Sanskrit, Amrita School of Ayurveda, Kolam. Welcome you, sir, and namaskar. Namaskar. Next, I want to welcome Dr. Prabha Sharma, former Professor, Ayurveda and Unani TBI College, New Delhi. I welcome you, madam, and namaskar. So today we have important subject, Ritu Switcha. We are waiting to hear from this eminent speaker. Once again, I welcome all the distinguished guests, eminent speaker, ladies and gentlemen, to this evening webinar on Ritu Switcha. Namaskar. Over to Pavanji.
Thank you very much, sir. Now I would like to request Professor BK Agnihotri sir for his initial words.
Thank you, Professor Pawan Sharma ji. Namaskar, sabhi ko. It's our great pleasure that we are having a very good webinar series, which is continuing in the same zeal and enthusiasm, which is 566th today, and we are celebrating the Weather Day in reference to India. It becomes a seasonal regime day. So Ritu Charya itself is of great importance whenever we talk about our country. Of course, we are fortunate enough that we are having our international guests like Dr. Baggaji and Dr. Mansali Bhattacharya ji. In that way, they might be enjoying the weather of their country at present. But in India, we have got 6 regimes, Ritu regimes, and these 6 seasons are of great importance. As the season changes, we changes our diet, we changes our outfits, our clothing, our beddings, etc., etc. Along with the intake of water, increased or decreased. Everything is depending upon the change of season. So as we adjust ourselves by our activities and our diet, we are trying and we try to keep ourselves healthy throughout the year. And our Arsh Vakya Jivyam Shraddha Shatam, that means itself that we are here to live long, along with Pashyam Shraddha Shatam. Not only the life is there, we should remain capable to see, to hear, and to walk, to enjoy the life. Then only the life in the terms of years be of value. So this is a season which teaches us, which guides us that what to take, when to take, how much to take, where to take, and how much enjoy the days. And rest we are going to listen, as we have got a very senior and very learned, distinguished speakers today. We are student enough to learn a lot from them. So I not only welcome all our guest speakers, I also extend my respect and regards to all the persons, dignitaries who have joined this afternoon on today's webinar. So thank you very much, and over to Pawan Sharma ji. Namaskar.
Thank you very much, sir. Now I would like to request our beloved Dr. Ramdas PV, joining after a long time. We would like to request him to join every day if it is possible for him. So welcome Dr. Ramdas ji from Amrita School, Kollam. You are mute. Please unmute. Please unmute.
आपका माइक म्यूट है, अनम्यूट कर लीजिए.
So, okay, the thing is, I'm only a Sanskrit teacher, but still I have made an attempt to present the Rithucharya in front of all of you, the great personalities. Forgive me if there is any mistake in that one. And I tried my level best to present it. Let me see how it is working out. Thank you very much for the opportunity, Pan Kumar sir. And I'm going to present my PPT. I think you can you see, sir? Yes. So Rithucharya is the topic here. You know that Rithucharya can be, the Vigraha Vakya can be Ridhunam Charya Rithucharya. The activities that which has to be done by a person according to the Ritus. Ritu is a word derived from R is the Dhatu. Before that, how the Ritu has come. Kala is very important in everywhere. Kala artha karmanam yogo, hina mithyadi matragaha is the sloka. There the Kala is told first, the time is told first. So always the time is very important. When you take the disease also, Kala Avastha is very important. That also depends upon the time. There all time factor is there. So this is the Nishchita Kala. So there the Ritu comes, and that one Kala is considered to be Swayambhu and Anadi Madhya Nidhanaha. One who does not have Adi, who does not have Madhya, and who does not have Nidhana, end. That is the nature of Kala according to Susruta Samhita. Susruta has given this definition for Kala. And in the same context, he has given Jivita Marane Rasa Vyapat Sampatti, importance of Kala. Kala is very, very important in producing the rasa. So that is influencing the Jivita and Marana. If a person has to survive, the rasa must be there. If the person dies, that is Rasakshaya, automatically there is death. So both are influenced by Sampat as well as the Vyapat of rasa is influenced by the time. Here also, the importance of the Kala is very, very important. This is also Susruda's words actually. Next, he has given Samkalayati or Kalayati va Bhutanam iti Kalaha. Samkalayati, when you say the word Samyak Kalayati iti Sankalayati, that which relate the pupil with happiness and sorrow. That is what he is telling. Happiness and sorrow, you know that Sugha and Dukkha is nothing but Prakriti and Vikriti, it is nothing but Arogya and Anarogya. So whatever it may be, you can connect all that one. So that which is called the Kala, importance of Kala in that aspect. Next one is Kalayati iti Kalaha, that which leads to the destruction. You see the Kala, that which leads, that means when you AYUSH, when you calculate or whatever you calculate, the Kala decides the destructive point. In that way also the Kala is very, very important. Kalohi Mahan. There is a famous quotation in the Vedic textbook we can find out. Than everything, the time is the powerful factor which decides everything. So that is the importance of Kala. And we are entering into how the Kalas are being produced or how they are. Coming to the point, Samvatsara Atmana. Generally, when you take the calculating Kala, Samvatsara Atma, one who has Samvatsara as the first duration is considered to be the Atma. It is decided by Aditya Gati Visheshena. It is the movement of the sun which decides the Samvatsara or whatever it may be. We are coming to the different. Having measurement like year because of the movement of the sun and moon. And Bhagavan Aditya, why, how moon is taken here? Bhagavan Aditya is the word Susruta in that quotation he puts. But it is only an upalakshana. Upalakshana, when you say someone is other is there, that which is considered as Chandraha Abhigrihyate. So he has put the different measures of the time. Akshinimeshaha is first, then 15 Akshinimesha makes the Kashta, 30 Kashta makes the Kala, and 20 Kala makes the Muhurta, and 30 Muhurta makes the Ahoratra, and 15 Ahoratra is one Paksha, and 2 Paksha is 1 Masa, and 12 Masa is 1 year. Like this, the time was calculated beautifully by the Susruda, by his knowledge. Then when you take the 12 Masas, Magha, Phalguna, Chaitra, Vaishakha, Jyeshtha, Ashada, Shravana, Bhadrapada, Ashwina, Kartika, and Margashirsha and Pausha are the 12 months in series. And this 2 months combinations are 6 Ridus actually. That which is here, 2 months, like that, 12 months. Now we are coming to the word Ritu. Ritu is a Pullinga Shabda. Richati, Gachati, Idi, that which is subjected for the changes in a regular interval. That is why it is called Rigatau is the Dadu. With Unadi Pratyaya, tu is added over there. And the Ritu is decided by Masadvaya Altmagaha Kalaha Rudhu Prokto Vijakshanaihi. Shabdakalpadruma is the quotation. The Vijakshanas, the great scholar, says that Masadvayalmagaha Kalaha, 2 months the change happens, subject changes happen. That's why the 2 months is included in a Ritu. 2 months is considered as a single Ritu. Shishiraha, Vasantaha, Grishmaha, Varsha, Sharat, Hima, Hemanta. Like this, 6 Ritus are being named by the scholars. Coming to Ayanam. This is what is really makes the Ritus important in life or in Arogya Shastra or where it may be. Chandra Suryoho, there are 2 types of Ayana, the movement of the sun, Dakshina and Uttara. When Chandra Suryoho comes to that one, when Dakshina Ayana comes, we will have 3 Ritus, Varsha, Sharat and Hemanta. Here Chandra is very important influencing factor for that. Here the rasas are Amlam, Lavanam and Madhuram is considered as. And the Bala concept of the people are Abhivardhate. It increases. When you go to the Uttarayana, there are 3 Ritus comes, Shishira, Vasanta and Hemanta. Here the Surya is, the sun is predominant. So here the 3 rasas, for Shishira it is Tikta, for Vasanta it is Kashaya, and Hemanta it is Katuga. Like this, here Balam is Kshiyate. It is not Vasanta, it is it is not Hemanta, it is Shishira Vasanta Grishma. I'm sorry, that is not Hemanta, it is Grishma is the word. Sorry, by mistake. So there the Katuga is important. Then coming to a sloka in Susruda, it's a beautiful sloka in that one. Tatra Bhavati sloka, after explaining the Ritus, he gives a sloka. Shidhambuhu Kledayat Turvim Vivaswan Shoshayityabi Ta Ubho Api Samsritya Vayuhu Palayati Prajaha. Here the meaning is the Shidamshu is the moon. He Kletayati Urvim. Urvi means earth. He makes the kleta, moisturization of the earth is made by the moon. And Vivaswan Shoshayati. Vivaswan means the sun. He is Shoshayati. Shoshayati means dries up the air. Ta Ubhau Api Samsritya. Keeping both of them in a Samshraya Veda. That means Samyak Ashritya. Samsritya. Based on that. Vayuhu Prajaha Palayati. Here the term Vayuhu is being used by him. And Prajaha Palayati, the people are protecting their health or life. Here the Vayu is generally is the main factor. If you take Shidamshu, you can take it as Kapaja. If you take Vivaswa, sun, you can take Pitta. That means Shidamsha and Ushnamsha. And the main another thing among the 3 doshas is Gati, that is Vayu. So actually, when the Kleda happens, when the Shosha happens, the Vayu is being affected. So he who carries the rasa is the factor which decides your health and unhealth factors during this Shoshana Kala as well as Kledana Kala. So this is what is actually here in this sloka gives importance for the Gatyalmaka Vata Doshasya Mukhyatvam Tatra Kledane Tada Shoshane. So here Vayu also has to be taken into the care when we speak about the health factors of a person in Ritu. Can be found out that sloka. And the Ritu Swabhava, when you take Varsha Ritu, there Kshiti Mala Prayaha, there will be a lot of malas which are related to the earth, and apaha, such a water will be there during that Ritu. And Jala Praklinna Bhumihi, the earth is completely kleta with the waters present. That is why Klinna Dehaha Praninaha, the people also will be having Klinna Dehatvam. That is the condition. The body of the people also will be Klinna during this period. And there, Shidavada Vishtambida Agnihi. The Agni is Shidavada Vishtambida. If you take Shida separate, Vada separate, and Vishtambida, it is okay. Otherwise, Shidavadena Vishtambidaha. Shidavadena Vishtambidaha. The Vada along with the Shita, that such a Vishtambi condition will be there in the Agni also. So automatically the Daha will not be proper. Vidaha will be there over there. So automatically Vidahitvam is happening over there. And Pitta Sanjaya happens during this time because of the Vidaha. Next you come into the Sharad Ritu. There Viralamekaha, the cloud is very less. And Upashoshaha Viyati, the sky gets slightly shosha in nature because of the sun rays over there. And Arka Kirana, powerful Arka Kirana also will be there. And that time, the Pitta Kopa happens during the Sharad Ritu. When you come to the Hemanta, there Prashanta Apaha. The Apa is fully Prashanta, very clean, because after the Vrishti and after the Sharad Ritu, the Chidimalas will not be there. So it is Prashanta Mala, Apaha, then Snigdha in, unctuous in nature, Atyartam Guru, very heavy in nature, and Bhanav Mandakiranada. The sun rays will be very much low. So automatically, Atura Pavanaha, Atushara Pavanaha, Atushara Pavanaha. There will be Atushara Pavana. Pavana will not be much stronger. And such a condition, snow, without snow, the Hemanta Ritu, Pavana will not be there. Why Atushara Pavana told? Because next Ritu, there will be Pavana. So here the Pavana is not there. Shatashidagala it is. And Upastambida Dehaha. Here the Deha is Upastambida. That means stable and strong. That means the Kaba gets its Tairya Guna at that time, actually. So Upastambida Dehaha. Avidagdha. There will not be Vidagdhada. Avidagdhada will be there. That means in the Koshta, the Agni will be very strong. And the Dahana process will be very powerfully happening during this period. This is the nature of that. And Sneha, Shaitya, Ubaleba, the three processes will happen over there. Sneha will be there, Shaitya will be there, Ubaleba will be there. That is why Sleshma Sanchaya. There will be Sleshma Sanjayatvam during this period. Coming to the Shishira Ritu, Uttarayanam starts over there. The Surya Samipyam is there. Ushnam is coming. Then slowly Hemanta Ritu, whatever be the Kabas Tairi Bhavam, that slowly getting removed. Clittling of the northern pole will be so more close to sun's hot. That's why liquidification of the Kaba happens. And Vasanta is the next Ritu. Here again the Ushna get increased because more closer, more rays falls. And Kapa's Dravatvam will be there. Kapa's Tairya Guna is completely lost now. And now it is in the Kaba Vriddhi condition will be there. This is what is the Vasanta Ritu. And coming to the Grishma Ritu, Surya Pratapa. It is not Surya Taba, it is Surya Pratapa. Surya Prakarshena Tabayati iti Surya Pratapaha. Very Tikshnamshu will come onto the earth. And there will be Upashoshita Deha. Now the Deha is completely Upashoshita. Emanciation of the Deha happens. And Raukshya and Laghava properties happen. That is why Vayu Sanchaya is the Kala for this particular Ritu. Coming to the Ritu Dosha Shodhana Vishaye. That means when you take the Dosha Shodhana, Varsha, Pitta Chaya, Vada Vriddhi, Vada Shodhana Kala, Sharad, Pitta Vriddhi, Pitta Shodhana Kala, Hemanta, Kapachaya, Stiratva Vriddhi, Kapas, Shiratva Vriddhi. Shishira is also Kapachaya Kala, but Kapa Stiratva Nashaha at that time. Vasanta is Kapa Vriddhi and Kapa Shuddhi Kalaha. Grishma is Vada Chaya Kalaha. This is the relation between Chaya Prakopa of the Ritus and Doshas related. Accordingly, the Shaudhi, wherever be the Vriddhi Kala, at that time, the Shodhana Karma will be done. Now, next one is, it is from Google, you can find out. NASA published one. When the sun is closer to the North Pole, generally that place the summer will be felt, and the other, the Dakshina Bhaga, will be facing their winter will be facing. You have to take this winter as Shita Kala. Actually, we should not take winter as the winter, that which we say Shishira Rutu. It is better to say that it is the Shita Kala, and in the northern hemisphere, there will be Ushna Kala. So Ushna more in the northern hemisphere and Shita more in southern hemisphere. We have to take when the sun is closer to the North Pole. Once the sun is closer to the south hemisphere pole, tilting of the sun is, then the northern hemisphere will have winter, that means cold season, and the northern southern hemisphere will be having hot season. This is what is generally we have to take as a whole world, if when you take what is really happening over there. Where there is the winter happening, there the sun, moon is predominantly closer to the earth and the space, and the moon rays are important. And where there is a summer happening, the sun's direct heat will be. So there is no need of confusion that which country, which this, then etc. How the sun's direct rays influences. So that is why Samavayi Karanam and Asamavayi Karanam for the Ritus. Samavayi Karanam is always the tilting of the north and south pole to the sun rays, to have direct sun rays and indirect sun rays. That is the main reason for the Ritu Kala, because it is the Nishchita Kala, it is the calculated Kala, so it cannot be changed. It depends upon the time only. But there are Upadhi Karanas, Upadhi Karana that we should have studied in the Tarka Sangraha. When you have the firewood there in that one, when you burn it, it burns. There is no need of the Dhuma has to be present over there. But suppose if there is Jala Sanidhya in the Indana, automatically there will be smoke there in that place. So water is responsible for the smoke. The same way, the ayana of the sun in the north and the south hemisphere, as well as the moon's movement, is mainly influenced by the Ritus, but because of the global warming, air pollution, low pressures, etc., can influence a little into the season, but they cannot be taken as the main reason for the Ritus Swabhava on the earth. It depends upon solely because of depends upon the rays movement, the rays closeness, as well as how the sun's rays directly fall onto the earth. So this is the way the Adana Kala and Vidana Visarga Kala decided according to the fall of sun rays onto the earth, whether it is direct or indirect, because that is the reason in Grishma Ritu, Tikshnamshu, Radhidikshnamshu is very important. Taptamshu, Radhidit Taptamshu in Sharad Ritu is very important. Both rays are different rays. One is Sapta, another one is Tikshna. So how summer is very closer and direct rays fall directly on the earth and how it causes, that is the important thing. In between, if there is smoke or anything or cloud or anything, there is a limit for to influence that. But the main reason for that Kala certainly is sun rays only. So we can conclude that the season is mainly depends upon the sun rays and how the North Pole and the South Pole closer to the sun. Accordingly, the Ritu is being decided. There the influence of the moon is also there. But there are other reasons like global warming, etc. The temporary climate changes can influence that season very lightly. That also can be taken when you give the treatment for the patients, but it is not going to affect more. Adana Kala and Visarga Kala is purely on the Nishchita Kala only. It is depends upon the Uttara Dakshina Ayana of Surya and Chandra. That which we can conclude in this way, Ritu Nishchayas. Now, Shishira Ritu Charya, when you take, it is almost Hemanta Ritu Charya also, because Shita Kala is being taken over there for these 2 seasons. So food can be freshly harvested grains because of the Gurutva is required. Agni is more. Processed with Vasa and Tailam can be applied over there. Wheat flour, braggrams, sugar cane, and meat can be used during this Hemanta Ritu as well as the Shishira Ritu. And Snigdha Mamsarasa also can be given. More Ushna Guna, but Lagu Guna is preferable. Can use thick blankets for covering the body. Exposure to the sun rays is good. And use of Madura more and less Lavana is advised for Hemanta, because of the Agni will be very strong. So Madura Ahara, it will be Guru in nature, and Lavana also can be. In Shishira Ritu, Madhura Rasa with more Snigdha Swabhava is good. Drugs which helps to open the Srodhas, good for both the seasons. This is Shishira Ritu and the things. And now coming to the Varsha Ritucharya, poor digestive fire. So Ahara and Vihara to increase fire, Pajana, Deepana, Ahara should be used during the time. Shodhana is Vasti, especially Astavana Vasti, and old grains and Mamsarasa can be used. Jangala Mamsa should be used. Mastu with Sauvarchala is advisable. Boiled water, well water, and Divya Jala also can be used during this time. And heavy rain day, food with Amla, Lavana, and Sneha predominantly can be added. With honey can be given for use of vehicles instead of walking too much distances. Dried and smoked clothes to avoid the bacterial and other things, and stay in the room without moisture and cool wind. Where you have to stay is where there should not be much moisture and coolness. And exercise is good. River water is to be good. Day sleep can, and exercise, river water, and day sleep can be avoided because they are against to the Manda Agni. Coming to the Sharad Ritu, when you come to the Sharad Ritu, ghee processed Tikta Rasa is good. With the Tikta Rasa is good. Light food with a selection of rasa depends upon the prakriti of the person. Tikta Kashaya Madura Rasa, which are Pitta pacifying rasas. And Shali, Mudga, and Datri, Patola, etc. can be used in the Ahara Padarthas. Virejanam for the Shodhana Karma. Use of cool dravyas like Chandana, Ushira, Karpura can be used. Stay in the upstairs where the moonrise present is the place of location where the people are supposed to spend their time. And come to the Vasantacharya, and Ruksha Bhojanam and Laku Bhojanam is advised. The Bhojana should be Ruksha and Laku. And old Yava, Godhuma, honey, Jangala Mamsa, especially the Jangala Mamsa, frying directly in the, they will say that Shula, using that one, that is directly with Agni is good. Water is Sringaverangu, Sarambu, Madhvambu, and Jaladambu. 4 types of Samskrita Jala is being told over there. And Sahakara Misram as well as Nirgadan. There is a 2 Visheshana for the use of Asava, Arishta, Sidhu, Mardvika, and Madhava. There they are using, one is Sahakara Unmisram. That means predominantly Sahakara is being, and Nirgadan. Nirgadan is the terminology used because there should not be any defect in that one. Nirgadam means Nirdoshan. Nirdoshan, Asava, and Arishta. When you are using Asava and Arishta, the ingredients, there should not be any dosha. That means there is a possibility of dosha for the herbs during the period of Vasanta Ritu. That may be the reason there he specifically told that Nirgadan, Asava, Arishta should be used in the context by Vagbada. And Grishma Ritu, Madhura Rasa Pradhana Ahara can be, but Lagu, Snigdam, Himam, and Dravam is very important, even though it is Madhura Rasa. Madhura Rasa is Guru in nature, Agni is less during this Ritu. So you are supposed to take Laku Snigdha Hima because Rukshada is more. Shukla Shali is better. White Shali grains are better to be used. Jangala Mamsa, again, Jangala Mamsa is Vada Bhuishtam, Jangalam. That is why that Mamsa is good. Mamsarasa Panam is advised. Actually, the body strength will be rest. So Mamsarasa Panam is good, not Mamsarasa Mamsa eating more, better than that. Mamsarasa Panam is advised. And Rasala, Raga, Ghantava, Panaga, Panchasara. This type, there are different various types of this preparation of Raga, Ghantava, as well as Rasala are explained. Still also is used by the people in Maharashtra and West Bengal and etc. Different types of this liquid, drinks are being prepared. They are advised during that time. And water, and especially they are telling that it is better to take the earthen pots which are made freshly, not very old one. So I think there is a possibility of the temperature outside and inside that one, through the sushiras in the earthen pot, there the process happening, that which helps a lot for the process of the water that which we are drinking through the freshly prepared earthen pot. Again, water, there you can moja, choja dala, panasa as well as the kadali valadalas can be put in the water and you can process it. And Ammala Rasa added with Patola specifically in earthen and Shukti vessels is advised during this period, and can take Mahisha Kshira, actually Guru in nature, but Sita it has to be taken. Then it will work out because it will give Dehabala as well as Shita in nature, Mahisha Kshira. That is why Shitatum also helps. The Sita may be helping for the promoting of the digestion. And exposed to moon rays, stay in the forest with big trees as well as great creepers and houses with waterfalls. That means inside the house itself, you can arrange fountains, lotus threads, such water plenty things can be arranged in the room, and almost Pitta Upakrama Dravyas can be applied over there. These are the Ritu Charyas explained in Vagbhada's Ashtanga Hridaya. I think this is the last one of the slides of mine. And I hope this is what is the Ritu Charya. And according to me, for me, I only textual I can give. Clinical, I don't have exposure. But I feel the Ritu is a fixed entity. According to the Nishchita Kala, it is not the, depends upon the Pratyaksha Lakshanas that which we are getting. That alone should not be considered for the Ritu. Ritu should be based on, purely based on the Uttarayana and Dakshinayana. Accordingly, we have to decide. Again, the Ahara Vihara should be decided according to the Prakriti of the person. And again, there are slightest difference in the Ritus will be there according to the location of the land where the direct rays falls, whether it is in the, because the earth is in the global shape. So certainly the fall of rays, the frequency of the, that means the way the rays fall also will be slightly different. So slight changes can be observed during this time. And even the northern hemisphere, the moon moves, there may be direct rays falls on the southern, some of the countries. So a mixed type of Ritu can be experienced by the other side of the people. Certainly it will be there. Sometimes the same Ritu, two type of Lakshanas can be found out. We don't have to confuse about it, because where the sun's direct rays falls, where the sun's direct rays are not falling, that can cause the change, slightest change in the Ritu. So this is not only for the India, the Ritu, Nishchita Kala Ritus are not only for India, the whole universe, it is applicable. It depends upon the fall of sun rays onto the land and its heat effects there, which produces, because which decides the wind blow, and that wind blow decides the water content in the Parthiva and the other Amshas, and that is the main factor for the Rasa Nishpati. That is the main reason. Here all the basic reason is Rasa. Rasa in the atmosphere changes, automatically Rasa in the food changes, Sasya changes, the food eaten by the animals are eaten by the another animals, so their property changes, and we are eating those Sasya as well as Jantu, so our body also changes. So these are the factors has to be taken. The main factor is the wind to blow. It is the presence of water and absence of the water. Accordingly, the Adana Kala and Visarga Kala are decided. Accordingly, the three rasas are Apya absent, Apya Rahita rasas and Apya Sahita rasas. So water is very important considered. Water is the factor which decides the gati, movement of the vata. So that may be the reason in that particular sloga he added Vayuhu Prajaha Palayati. Vayu, the terminology has been used over there because of this reason probably. So this is my conclusion. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Excellent, excellent, Dr. Ramdas, right from Nirukti to implementation. Excellent, excellent flow of information, best information. Agnihotri sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Namaskar. As we were expecting, because the portion which is we used to lack regarding the etymological derivation and its conceptual part in Sanskrit grammar, that has been put forward very, very honestly and very rightly, nicely by Professor Ramdas ji. Irrespective of that one, he also touched all the do's and don'ts during all the 6 seasons and also their developmental status in the atmosphere. He covered all that situation. Of course, he very humbly told that I have not got the clinical experience as such, but still, as we can say that we are also not having the monopoly or right over the Ritu or Ritu Charya, because it's not only the subject of Ayurveda, it is a subject of nature, and so many poets have written a lot, right from Baba Tulsidas ji to Mahakavi Kalidas ji, everybody. Rajah Prasantam Himidot Vayur Sthita hi atta Prajadhipanam. Varsha it has been said for the Varsha Ritu, Rajah Prasante. So it means we are here to give the platform to all the living beings in such a manner that you enjoy all the seasons, but take these precautions as per the development of the seasons. Again, you talked very importantly that onset of season is depending upon the intensity of the sun rays available to that sector, irrespective of Uttarayan or Dakshinayan or near to North Pole or South Pole. Very, very intelligently this point is raised. Though we are teaching this subject for last 38 years, but you highlighted wonderful. Thank you so much. Over to Pawan Sharma.
He highlighted Samprapti of Ritu Charya.
Yeah.
Basic Samprapti of Ritu Charya. Excellent. Excellent, Dr. Ramdas ji. Excellent. Logically explained. Very logical. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now I would like to request Dr. Prabha Sharma ji. She was former professor, Ayurveda and Unani Divya College, Delhi. Welcome. Welcome, madam. You are on first time, but we would like to request you to join every day, 8 p.m. Welcome, madam. Please unmute yourself. Respected Prabha Sharma ji, please unmute. Unmute, madam. You are mute. Please unmute. Yes. Hari Om.
Yeah, Hari Om. I request all the members to present at the dais. I welcome. I am so much obliged by getting a chance for presenting a paper here. I am really very much obliged.
Welcome,
So,
madam.
first of all, I talk about the Ritu Charya. This is a आयुर्वेद शास्त्र एक ऐसा शास्त्र है जो जीवन के प्रत्येक अंग को अपनी विशिष्टता के साथ वर्णित करता है. आयुर्वेद विज्ञान के साथ साथ एक कला है. ये खाली विज्ञान ही नहीं है। उदाहरण के लिए हम प्रातः वंदन से प्रारंभ करके अंत तक के संबंध की प्रत्येक अवस्था का प्रबंधन स्वस्थ रहने के लिए करते हैं। इसका सारा निर्देशित वर्णन इसमें आयुर्वेद में है। ऋतुचर्या के संबंध में आज हम विचार करेंगे। ऋतुचर्या अर्थात जिस ऋतु में किस प्रकार का खान पान हमें करना चाहिए जिससे दोषों का प्रकोप न हो और हम पूर्णतः निरोग रहें। जिन जिन ऋतुओं में जो जो दोष प्रकोपित होते हैं उन दोषों के शमन करने के लिए उन्हीं रसों को देना चाहिए जो उसके लिए उपयुक्त हैं। जैसे वसंत ऋतु में कटु तिक्त कषाय, शीत ऋतु और वर्षा में मधुर अम्ल लवण, ग्रीष्म में मधुर, शरद में शीत। इस तरह अलग अलग ऋतुओं में किस तरह का खान पान हमें करना चाहिए ये सब इसमें वर्णन किया गया है। अब ऋतुएं 6 होती हैं। प्रत्येक ऋतु 2 माह की होती है। शिशिर, वसंत, ग्रीष्म, वर्षा, शरद, हेमंत। ऋतुओं का प्रारंभ वर्ष के प्रारंभ से करना उचित है। जैसे चैत्र और वैशाख, इस समय वृक्ष बहुत पल्लवित होते हैं और दक्षिण की वायु का प्रवाह होता है, इसलिए जलाशय उज्जवल, दिशाएं निर्मल, पुष्पों का आगमन जैसे मौलसिरी, कमल, पलाश, अशोक, आम, इन सब का ये सब पुष्पों का आगमन होता है। तथा इस समय भौरों का गुंजन ऋतु के अनुसार, और इस ऋतु में कटु, तिक्त और कषाय रस का सेवन करना चाहिए। जल का सेवन अधिक करना चाहिए तथा इस ऋतु में जो अनाज ज्यादा करके हमें खाना चाहिए वो है पुराना जौ, ज्वार, बाजरा, मक्का, कोदो, मूंग दाल खिचड़ी, दलिया, पालक, गाजर, मटर, इस तरह की चीजें। और फलों में आम, केला, सेब, ये सब इनका प्रयोग करना चाहिए। इसके अतिरिक्त हमें दूसरी ऋतु है ज्येष्ठ और आषाढ़। ज्येष्ठ और आषाढ़ में हमें सूर्य की किरणें तेज हो जाती हैं और पृथ्वी तथा नदियां में क्षीण जल होता है और पृथ्वी तप्त हो जाती है उष्णता के कारण। और चकवा चकवी ये सब बेचैन से रहते हैं। मृग भी जल के लिए इधर उधर घूमते हैं, हो जाते हैं पौधे और घास सूखने लगती है। तो इन माहों में मधुर और अम्ल रस का प्रयोग करना चाहिए। पानी उबाल कर हल्के मीठे ठंडे और चिकन करें। फलों का खरबूजा, गन्ना और जलजीरा, प्याज, कच्चा आम, शहतूत, छाछ, चावल, मूंग, मसूर, दूध, शरबत, सत्तू, इनका सेवन करें। केला, आम, अमरूद, इनका सेवन करें। सावन भादव, वायु के प्रभाव से आकाश बिजली की चमक रहती है, वर्षा का आगमन होता है, पृथ्वी पर हरियाली छाई रहती है और वीर बहुटी का भी आगमन होता है। केवड़ा और कदम ये पल्लवित होते हैं। नदियां जल से अपलावित रहती हैं, नील कमल खिलते हैं और बादलों के द्वारा सूर्य का प्रकाश कम रहता है, वो ढके रहते हैं बादल सूर्य को, इसलिए कम रहता है। तो इन माहों में मधुर, अम्ल और लवण इन रसों का सेवन करना चाहिए। जल कम पीना चाहिए और वात शामक अन्नपान में कम मात्रा में हल्का भोजन लें। खिचड़ी, भुट्टे, पुराना अनाज, खीरा, शाली साठी चावल, ताजे फल, सुपाच्य और अग्निवर्धक आहार लें इन महीनों में। इसके पश्चात होता है कुमार कार्तिक। इन माहों में सूर्य उष्ण होता है, आकाश श्वेत बादलों से निर्मल दिखता है, तालाब झील सब तालाब झील इनमें अच्छा पानी रहता है और बदक और हंस ये सब दिखाई देते हैं। इस समय में अम्ल, मधुर और लवण रस का सेवन करना चाहिए। वसायुक्त एवं पौष्टिक आहार इन ऋतुओं में करना चाहिए, इन दोनों महीनों में, तथा गुनगुना पानी पीना चाहिए। घी, मक्खन, तेल, दूध, चावल की खीर, गन्ने का रस, दलिया, आंवला, सिंघाड़ा, अनार, मिश्री, मलाई, शहद, मुनक्का, श्रीखंड इनका प्रयोग करना चाहिए। इस तरह से ये इन सब ऋतुओं के प्रयोग के बाद ये है कि जो हमारे सबसे ज्यादा अच्छी हमारे आयुर्वेद शास्त्र में एक चीज है हरित की। तो हरित की का प्रयोग हर ऋतु में आप कर सकते हैं, जिससे कि आप पूर्णतः निरोग रहेंगे। तो ग्रीष्म ऋतु में जब हरित की का प्रयोग करना हो तो बराबर मात्रा में गुड़ मिलाकर उसका प्रयोग करें। वर्षा में सेंधा नमक लगाकर उसका प्रयोग करें। शरद ऋतु में शक्कर के साथ इसका प्रयोग करें। शिशिर में पिपली के साथ प्रयोग करें और वसंत में मधु के साथ। अगर हम इन सब ऋतुओं में इसी तरह इसका सेवन करेंगे तो हम पूर्णतः स्वस्थ रह सकते हैं। आंवला और हरित की ये दोनों ऐसे द्रव्य हैं कि दोनों ऐसी चीजें हैं कि जिनका सेवन करने से हम पूर्णतः स्वस्थ अपने दिनचर्या को व्यवस्थित रख सकते हैं और स्वस्थ रह सकते हैं। Thank you.
Thank you very much, madam. Thank you very much for your nice explanation regarding Ritu Charya. Please do join every day. Now I would like to request Dr. Sudhakar Reddy ji. Welcome Dr. Sudhakar Reddy ji from Mysore. And then we would like to request Dr. Bhaswati Bhattacharya to stay. She is running Dincharya Institute in USA. So welcome Dr. Sudhakar Reddy sir. Welcome.
Sir, namaskar.
Namaskar, namaskar sir.
Pranams to all. Good evening, Sharma sir and Agnuj sir and Ramdas sir and madam. रुचिचर्या दोनों स्पीकर्स ने अच्छा बात किया. I think और Ramdas sir explained each and every word, Sanskrit word into English meaning practically, because the Sanskrit people only can do that work. We can go for application, but each and every word meaning can be done by only Sanskrit people. Sir has explained nicely, and Madam also explained in brief. Whatever Vagbata in Ashtanga Hridaya, last lot I mentioned. In brief, Ruchariya, the whole meaning Madam narrated in by giving examples which are applicable and practicable in North India. And especially Ramdas sir was saying South India, whatever we are preparing, because the sloka says that only. And in my opinion, whenever now we cannot make out all the 6 reasons in all over India. It may be because of Kala Parinama, or it may be because of the global warming, or maybe because of the pollution. But as per Acharya's clear-cut mention, Adana Kala, Visarga Kala, the demarcation may not be able to perceive in nowadays. In South India and North India, there are only Ritus prevalent. By example, in North India, especially Sita and Ushna, only these 2 are there. But there we can't demarcate all the Ritus. But that's why Acharya has also given one more clue to us, how we can go for Rucharya based on the ayanas, like Visarkala, Adanakala, that is only for the months, that Ritus. And the next one, Masa, also divided. So the 12 Masas are there, that Masa division. If not possible by demarcating the Masa, and also based on the as per the classics. And third one is important, lakshanas. Each and every ritu, there are some lakshanas specifically mentioned. That is because of the environmental changes. The environmental changes in turn will be feel in the body. So based on the lakshanas, we can divide, or we can guess that this ritu has come. So based on the lakshanas only, now present era. What I mean means present era, based on the lakshanas, the rucharya can be adopted. So we may not see all the 2 ritus in one 2 masas, 2 ritus, 2 masas, all the lakshanas mentioned by acharyas. There are only few of lakshanas will be there that human body will be getting that one. So whenever ritu changes, automatically in our body there are some things changes will be there. We may get more hungry or more cold or more heat. So these are all the specific lakshanas. So by seeing the lakshanas, we can make out the ritu and we can follow the rules and regulations of that ritu. And that too, availability. So whatever acharyas mentioned in the particular ritu we should take means it may be difficult. For this purpose, the person should have a idea regarding the locally available vegetables or any pulses or grains which are suitable for them and that season. So that's why Desha Kala is very, very important in Rutucharya. So wherever you are, where the Rutu Lakshanas are occurred, then accordingly the Desha, you have to take particular food articles. Then only it becomes Rutu Satmya. And other than this, so Acharyas mentioned, this one I should take it. It is not available in your place, then where to go? So that's why the person should have a knowledge regarding the locally available food, grains and vegetables so that we can adopt the Rucharya. And Bhava Prakasha also mentioned in each Ritu there is a mentioned Haritaki. Haritaki, as we know, it is a mother of all the human beings. And how mother will look after the family health, the same way Haritaki also look after your health, especially Jataragni, Udara, what have you said, Udara. So Udara, Jataragni. So in each Ritu, the Haritaki will be taken according to Anupana. For example, in Grishma Ritu, that Haritaki can be taken by adding the sugar. So sugar, the Sharkara is a Sita Virya and Madhurasa. So in Grishma Ritu, the more heat will be there. To reduce the heat, everybody wanted cool only. So here, he has that the Haritaki can be taken by adding Sharkara. So same way, in each Ritu, he has prescribed the system. So this is simply available in everywhere. So apart from Ahara and Vihara, a person, if we take Haritaki Churna with prescribed Anupana along with in each Ritu, definitely it acts as a Rasayana. It keeps your digestive proper, and whatever food you will take, it will be assimilated. The assimilated food will be nourishing the body. So this I wanted to say extra, and whatever Ramdas sir told, that is authentically. So there is no need of any explanation also, because he has a clear-cut sloka and meaning, and also. And Madam has very practically in the Hindi language, the people they can understand easily, and which are available. Yes, mentioned. Okay, congratulations both to speakers, and thank you sir for giving this opportunity. And nowadays I'm very busy. As I told Agnew sir, I can't able to. And 3 days I was in Delhi for the NCCM work. Yesterday only I reached to Mysore, and today I was little free, so that's why I could able to join, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yesterday, one of speaker, our student only from a government Ayurveda college, Dr. Amrita. She was present, I think so. I could not able to join, sir.
Very nice lady. Nice.
Yes, sir. And she has taken all the guidelines from my wife, Dr. Beena, because she worked in cancer. And yesterday she was on traveling. That's why Madam could not able to join your seminar, sir. And she also conveyed. She told that today I'm going to attend Rucharya. Is there my favorite subject? And Ramdas sir, favorite teacher, is going to address it. That's why she told that convey in regards to Pawan Sharma Sarji and Agnew Sarji. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Please communicate our regards to her also, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely,
Thank
sir.
you.
Definitely.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now I would like to request Dr. Bhaswati Bhattacharya. Dr. Bhaswati ji, welcome.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Welcome. Welcome, welcome. You are loud and clear. Welcome.
Would you like me to comment on RITU CHARYA?
I would like to listen you after long time, long duration. Because you are expert of Dincharya and Ritucharya, and you are spreading our message to US also. So you are really real ambassador of AYUSH in US. So welcome, welcome.
Thank you. So at Dinacharya Institute, we spent a quarter studying RITU CHARYA. We had people from all over the world studying and looking at the Sanskrit shlokas. They were very confused. And what was very interesting is that we had many, many Ayurvedic Vaidyas in our class, and they said that they had never learned RITU CHARYA properly. They were all very confused, a lot of arguments, lot of, no, this does not mean this. What does it mean? How to apply it to the modern day? RITU CHARYA is an antiquated chapter, no modern use, lot of confusion. And so it was very interesting because people in Cape Town, South Africa have a very different order of the seasons than people in New York, and people in Washington State have a very different season than people in Singapore or Bali, Indonesia, or New Zealand. So we made a chart, and it was very interesting that students were able to see how the weather changes. So I encourage everyone that learns RITU CHARYA to make, or to teach the RITU CHARYA, to make this chart. And in the first column to write that what is happening on the astronomy level. And basically what I'm doing is going from the, Tatha Pinde Yatha Brahmande or Yatha Pinde Tatha Brahmande. So I'm starting at the Brahmande, at the very largest solar system, and I'm asking what is happening in the sun and the moon. And Ramadas ji, who is also my Sanskrit teacher, we spent 1 year going shloka by shloka, nirukti, nishpati, vakyartha, through every single shloka of Ashtanga Hridayam, chapter 3, but also referring to other texts which were relevant to this. So if you understand what's happening astronomically, it is very interesting to note that most students who took some astronomy class, they don't understand the things which Professor Ramadas ji even explained. They don't understand the ecliptic. They don't understand the 24 degrees leaning of the earth. They don't quite understand the revolution around the sun, the rotation on its own axis, and the movement of the moon, which causes the solar cycles and the seasons, the day-night and the circadian rhythm. And then the last one I mentioned is the lunar cycle. They don't understand it. So the way that RITU CHARYA affects different altitudes, different longitudes, and different latitudes on the planet Earth is a lot of argument for people, because people who are living in Uttarakhand say we have very different weather than someone living in Chennai or in Kerala or in Arunachal Pradesh, much less any other countries. And this confusion can be understood if you understand the different astronomy parameters and then list those for each month of the year. And then next go to what is happening in the sun and the moon. And then the next column is what is the effect on the land, on earth, with the air, the water, and the you can say the heat quality. And most people have not sat down and thought about, well, how is the air in my local area? How is the water? How does the water fall? Is it more like fog, or is it rain, or is it very dry, or is it very humid? And then to see what effect that has on different foods. So actually we should split those foods into about 10 different categories. So we start with the grains, and as was mentioned here, Raktashali versus Shashtishali versus having more gehu, which seasons we should have which, and those are already written in the Shastras. And then to understand what happens in the desha of the human. So what effect does that weather have on us? So people were really, really fighting in our Dinacharya Institute, even in our Sanskrit class, about what is Grishma Kal and what is Shishir Kal. And Ramadas ji was very clear to say, look, you have to look at the gunas and not at the names of the months. The names of the months were put only later. These are translations. But what the gurus said was, you look at the hottest time of year, which is Grishma, and you look at the coldest time of year, which is the Shishir. And it can be different months for different places on the earth, but the cycles, which is Ritu, right? Ritu does not mean seasons, it means cycles. So the cycles will go from hot to cold, and it should be that way. And then you put the hot going to cold and cold going to hot. And rains also happen at different times. What is that effect on the body? And as Ramadas ji explained to us, two special things happen. One is the change in our gut, and one is the change in our minds. And as he explained these changes, it really correlates to a lot of things clinically that those of us who are clinicians, we can follow exactly in the way that the diseases of the gut undulate. Undulate means to move in a repeating curve. And we were able to find a lot of meaning out of this. So I just wanted to share how we methodically learned Ritucharya and resolved many of the quandaries, many of the questions that people that had already learned Ritucharya in BAMS training, but couldn't quite understand it, how they were able to make sense of it. And anyone can make sense of it. You know, Ritucharya doesn't belong to India. It belongs to the entire planet. I can't say the universe because I haven't been to Mars and Jupiter and, outside, but I know that on Earth it applies. And it is one of the sciences, we can say, within Ayurveda that really checks whether or not you understand the physiology of the body. Because if you cannot tell how each month, each season in that person's body changes, you cannot plan a proper routine or personalized treatment for them according to Dushyam, Desham, Balam, Kala, Manala, Prakriti, Vaya, Sattva, Satmya, Ahara, Avastha. You cannot do it unless you really think about Ritucharya. So I love this topic, and I'm just loving the fact that Ramadas ji shared some of the wisdom that he clarified and actually was learning with us as he was teaching us. Because we not only worked with Ashtanga Hridayam, we went into the tikas and we saw what Aruna Datta and Hamadri had to say. And he was able to share those and think about those and put the logic together and correlate with foods and with clinical things. But it's also interesting that we were able to take the modern concepts like clock genes and how they are affected by Ritu, different times of the Ritus. And we were able to correlate in different places of the world because we have students from 3 different continents, I think 4 different continents. So thank you for allowing me to share. I hope that anyone that discusses Ritucharya with their students henceforth will try these practical exercises because they really do help the students learn. Because just listing a bunch of foods or listing a bunch of things to do without giving the logic of why is very confusing for students. And it's actually, I consider it to be bad teaching because without the yukti or the pramana of why something is recommended, why have river water or why have good versus having fresh salad or something, the different reasons have to be correlated with the different suggestions. And once again, I give my pranams to Professor Ramadas ji for helping us to clarify that in our classes at the Dinacharya Institute and in our own Sanskrit classes. Thank you for listening to me, and namaste to everyone on this Purnima.
Thank you, Dr. Bhaswati. Thank you very much. So I would like to request now Dr. Bagga from USA. Dr. Bagga, am I audible to you? Dr. Sudhir Bagga.
Yes. Thank you. Yes, you are audible. Yes. It was enlightening to hear about Ritucharya from all these important people, especially Dr. Ramdas and Basmati, and it's very clear that understanding what Dr. Bhattacharya said is extremely important. Is rather than just the names of the foods and the seasons, it is important to validate it in a scientific way, like she talked about clock genes and their effects of that on the different seasons or the different cycles. I think Dr. Ramdas was wonderfully explained it, and I wish you all the best. I was just listening to this and I had a meeting to go to, but it was so kind that you let me in, and wish you all the best, all of you, please.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you very much for your blessings. Thank you very much. Now I would like to request Professor V.K. Agnihotri to open session. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Professor Pawan Sharma ji. First of all, I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to Dr. Aswini Bhattacharya ji. The presentation and the depth of presentation, the quality of presentation, or the total output of her address shown that how much hard work Professor P.V. Das ji have done for shaping her to that of depth of knowledge. This is fact. I found that in what way, in such a flow, she talked about this thing, and because she is outside India, very naturally she favored that since every season is not happening in all over the country, in India itself, definitely the scenario is different in other countries. So we should be careful for the symptoms appearing during a particular month or fortnight or so. So very rightly she told, and she underlined the concept of Professor P.V. Ramadas ji, especially the clock genes, etc. Because these are the words by which the foreigners, the other countrymen, can be convinced regarding the concept of Ayurvedic text available here in Bhagavad and all the Ayurvedic epic. With these comments, and Professor Vaggaji also ornamented our webinar, as he told that he is here to listen, but still the seniority of his personality itself makes us pleased to know everything. And also, as far as Madam Sharma's address is concerned, she such a deep manner addressed the things, and especially the regime of RITU CHARYA. We loved it, and we dreamed that we are just seeing the changing of the say seasons, like बसंत ऋतु आ गई है, तरह तरह के फूल खिल रहे हैं, वर्षा ऋतु आ गई है तो बत्तख और ये चकवा चक्कू इधर घूम रहे हैं, झील और शांत ऋतु है जब तो उस समय झीलों और तालाबों के जल स्वच्छ हो गया है. बड़ा अच्छा लगा, जैसे कि हम लोग ऋतु वर्णन में एकदम एक ग्लिम्पसेस में से गुजर गए हो. और seasonal appearance of the vegetables, seasons availability of cereals and food grains are to be taken, is being given the importance by Professor P. Sudhakar Reddy ji. Very naturally, as he told that he had been very busy, he is busy. His busy schedule itself encourages us all that a person who is keeping busy, still he is amongst us, and we are proud to see that a person who is doing a lot for the betterment of our Ayurvedic system is one of the persons dealing with the NCRSM and all curriculum and all that. So I really proud of it that Professor P. Sudhakar Reddy ji along with Madam Veena ji is very much there, and she spoken that dear student was there, Amrita, who talked about on cancers day yesterday. Well, with the instructions of Professor Pawan Sharma ji, now we are here to have questions, suggestions, and all submissions by our platform dignitaries after the presentations of our guest speakers. So, since the strength is very less, and one of the person like Professor Sudhakar Reddy ji already given his views, so I would like to invite first of all Dr. Sunita Pandey, as she also belongs to Swasthavath department, where the RITU CHARYA is one of the very important factor. Of course, RITU CHARYA is everywhere for every person, every living being apart from the Swasthavath subject, but her presence is of great value. So, Madam Sunita Pandey ji from Patna, Bihar, please.
Yes, sir. Good evening to all of you, sir.
Good evening. Good evening.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is very true, sir, that Ritu Charya is very important thing for all of us. And I think Ritu Charya is especially made for the point of view of Swasmrita. Because if the such type of division is made, it is to make easy to follow Ahar Vihar according to Ritu. And this is I think Shishir Ritu is going on. So at the point of view of Agni, we should take care of like Dipan, Pachan, Langan, all such things, and we should take care about such Ritu. And Shishir Ritu is near about same to Hemant Ritu Charya, that is just before it. तो इसमें जो भी हम लोगों को बताया गया है उस हिसाब से वो रेजिम्स फॉलो करने चाहिए। और आगे जो बसंत ऋतु आने वाला है, आ ही रहा है, इसमें कफ का प्रकोप होता है, फिर इधर ऋतु संधि की बात भी हम कर लेंगे। तो वी शुड टेक केयर ऑफ आवर हेल्थ एंड ऑल सच थिंग्स which should be taken, which should be followed, or which should be avoid. So like जो भी चीजें इसमें नहीं करनी चाहिए, तो like वातवर्धक आहार विहार नहीं करना चाहिए। जैसे अभी बहुत एरी सीजन हो रहा है, एरी वेदर हो रहा है यहाँ पे, तो बहुत तेज हवा में नहीं जाना, जिसको प्रवात बोला है हमारे शास्त्रों में। प्रमित आहार, क्योंकि अग्नि तीव्र होती है अभी, तो प्रमित आहार मतलब बहुत हम सोच सोच के खाएंगे कि हमको ये नहीं खाना है, वो नहीं खाना है, दिस इज ऑल्सो नॉट गुड। और ठंडी चीजें भी अवॉइड करनी चाहिए। तो शिशिर ऋतुचर्या में हम लोग को ये सब ध्यान रखना चाहिए। और ऋतुचर्या तो रियली बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट चीज है, जरूर सबको फॉलो करना चाहिए। मैं तो सबको बोलती हूँ कि जो भी हमारे शास्त्रों में कोई भी चीज गलत नहीं है, जो भी लिखा है हमें फॉलो करना चाहिए।
बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका। आज जो प्रेजेंटेशंस हुए उनमें आपको और कुछ चीज नवीन लगी हो, कुछ और इम्पोर्टेंट लगी हो, एट द सेम टाइम ऋतुचर्या के अंतर्गत ऋतु विशेष में कोई आप रसायन सेवन करने के लिए कुछ बतलाना चाहेंगी, विशेष रूप से वर्तमान ऋतु और अगली ऋतु के लिए?
सर रसायन तो हमेशा ही हम सेवन कर सकते हैं।
हाँ, तो ऋतु के हिसाब से पूछा ना हमने, ऋतु के अनुसार कुछ रिकमेंड करेंगे तो और अच्छा लगेगा।
यस, जैसे ऋतु है ऋतु की है।
जी जी
यस, तो शिशिर ऋतु में तो
नहीं, अभी जैसे च्यवनप्राश का है, अब च्यवनप्राश धीरे धीरे हमको घटाना होगा सीजन जब क्वेश्चन आएगा। इस एंगल से मैंने कहा ऋतु हरितकी के पास तो प्रशस्त है, वो तो सभी ऋतुओं में अनुपान भेद से स्वीकार करना है।
जैसे पिपली के साथ कहा है अभी हरितकी का सेवन, तो च्यवनप्राश का भी सर बसंत ऋतु आ रहा है तो च्यवनप्राश को तो सेवन कर सकते हैं सर।
डोज कम करते चलेंगे ना, जैसे से गर्मी बढ़ेगी, ये था।
ओके सर,
थैंक यू सो मच। थैंक यू।
ओके, थैंक यू फॉर सच अपॉर्चुनिटी सर। ओके, थैंक यू सर।
आप जुड़ते रहिए हमेशा। आपके जुड़ने से हमारे बहुत सारे और बच्चे आपके साथ जुड़ेंगे, तो हमारा प्लेटफॉर्म में संख्या वृद्धि भी रहेगी और ज्ञान वृद्धि भी होगी।
यस सर, मैं तो सबको बोलती हूँ जुड़ने के लिए, मैं भेजती भी रहती हूँ लिंक वगैरह भी।
जी, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आपका।
ओके, प्रणाम
इसी क्रम को खुश रहिए। इसी क्रम को आगे बढ़ाते हुए हमारे साथ आज नितिन उर्मालिया जी मौजूद हैं, हम उनसे भी कुछ उनके सजेशंस और उनके इनपुट्स चाहेंगे। और नेक्स्ट में डॉक्टर नीलाक्षी देव चौधरी जी से भी विनती है कि शी शुड आल्सो बी रेडी टू गिव सम इनपुट्स। सो डॉक्टर नितिन उर्मालिया जी। यस सर, आप अनम्यूट कर लीजिए। डॉक्टर नितिन जी आप हैं? हाँ, यस। डॉक्टर नितिन उर्मालिया जी, आप कुछ आज के उसमें कुछ देना चाहेंगे आज के टॉपिक पर? यस, थैंक यू। नमस्कार।
यस सर।
नमस्कार। जी सर, बताइए।
जी सर, काफी अच्छा प्रेजेंटेशन था, वेरी नाइस प्रेजेंटेशन बाय रामदास सर एंड आल्सो मैडम सर. So here the one main factor is the AMVISHA. So as per the digestive capacity, मतलब digestive fire, अपनी अग्नि की क्षमता के अनुसार भोजन का हमको पान करना चाहिए हर ऋतु में. और जैसा कि शीत ऋतु में और उसमें बताया गया है, ग्रीष्म ऋतु में दिवाशयन का जो बताया गया है उसका हमको पालन करना चाहिए. साथ ही पथ्यापथ्य का हमको ध्यान रखना चाहिए हर ऋतु में. और यहाँ आम विष फैक्टर बहुत बड़ा फैक्टर है, इसको हम थोड़ा सा ध्यान रखें. और एक दूषी विष और गर्विष को जो ऋतुजन्य जो हमारे प्रकोप और शमन का काल रहता है, तो प्रकोप काल में हम उसके अनुसार ऋतु के अनुसार वमन, विरेचन और वस्ती आदि का हम पालन कर सकते हैं. तो इसके हमको ऋतु के अनुसार हमको ऋतुचर्या के हिसाब से एक रेजिमेंट हमको बनाना चाहिए कि हम इस ऋतु में जरूर अपना बॉडी की शुद्धिकरण करते रहें. वो हमारे वमन, विरेचन और वस्ती के द्वारा होता रहे. तो इस बात का हम ध्यान रखें. मैं दो ही फैक्टर बोलूंगा. दूषी विष बहुत बड़ा फैक्टर है. ये तो दूषी विष से बचाव के लिए और ऋतुजन्य जो प्रकोपक कारण रहते हैं, मान लीजिए हम किसी वजह से हो गया है, तो उस प्रकोपक कारण के निष्क्रमण के लिए हमें तुरंत मतलब एज पर शेड्यूल हमें वमन, विरेचन और वस्ती का पालन करना चाहिए. यही मैं मैसेज देना चाहूंगा. और दूषी विष से थोड़ा सा जरूर बचें. और एक दूषी विष के लिए बहुत अच्छी मेडिसिन है दूषी विषारी गुलिका. मैं चाहूंगा कि हर ऋतु में इसका सेवन लोग जरूर करते रहें. दूषी विषारी गुलिका, ये साउथ की फार्मा सिर्फ बनाती है इसे, तो इसका सेवन जरूर करते रहे, क्योंकि हम किसी न किसी प्रकार से पोल्यूटेड एयर, पोल्यूटेड फूड आइटम्स, प्रिजर्वेटिव्स, ये जो भी हमारे आजकल यूज हो रहे हैं, ये सब फैक्टर्स हमारी बॉडी में जाके एक्यूमुलेट होते हैं. और बॉडी से डिटॉक्सिफिकेशन एक लिमिटेड होता है, जिसको हम कहेंगे कि 100% में से 30 या 40% हो गया डिटॉक्सिफिकेशन, लेकिन रिमेनिंग जो 60% है, वो 60% टॉक्सिक इफेक्ट डेवलप करता है आफ्टर सम टाइम. तो उसके डिटॉक्सिफिकेशन के लिए हम दूषी विषारी गुलिका का सेवन करते रहें एज पर टाइम. तो यही मैं मैसेज देना चाहूंगा. इसी के साथ ही धन्यवाद. थैंक यू सर.
थैंक यू सो मच भाई, मजा आ गया. आप हम इसी अपेक्षा से आपको हमने इनवाइट किया था. एक्चुअली हमें याद आ गया आप अगस्त तंत्र से जुड़े हुए हैं, तो आपकी
जी.
तो दृष्टि ही वही है, आप उसी एंगल से देखें. बहुत अच्छा लगा. और दूषी विष के कारण प्रभावित होने वाले शरीर को डिटॉक्सिफाई करने के लिए आपने एक और बहुत बड़ा सजेशन दिया. मेरा भी एंगल कुछ ऐसे ही, मैं भी कई बार सोचता हूँ कि केवल जो पंचकर्म ही नहीं है, पंचकर्मा फॉर एज ए प्रिवेंटिव मेडिसिन. इस पर हमने एक बार बताया जब पंचकर्म पर एक ROTP हुआ तो तुमने लेक्चर दिया था, और वहां मैंने ये बात स्पेशली रिकमेंड की थी कि पंचकर्म को रोग व्याधि से हो जाने के बाद क्यों शुरू करें. उसी क्रम में अब चूंकि बसंत ऋतु आने वाली है, तो बसंत ऋतु में ये हम लोग साल भर इंतजार करते हैं, तो कफज विकारों के लिए वमन कर्म कराने के लिए ये श्रेष्ठ बताया गया है. जैसे कि उधर भाद्रपद में सितंबर में हम लोग विरेचन कर्म कराते हैं, तो ये भी ऋतु विशेष में इसका भी लाभ लिया जा सकता है स्वस्थ शरीर को और स्वस्थ बनाए रखने के लिए. और जैसे कि हेमंतकम दोषम बसंते वाली बात आई है, तो उसमें तो अच्छा चंद्रकमल करें जब धूप तेज हो, अन्यथा ये काम भी कर सकते हैं जो एफोर्ड कर सकते हैं. तो ऋतु के अनुसार ये पंचकर्म का भी एक बहुत बड़ा रोल है. मेरे को अभी ख्याल आया, तुमने कहा इसको हाईलाइट करते हैं. आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया, और आप जुड़ा करिए ऐसे ही, अच्छा लगा.
बिल्कुल. थैंक यू सर.
थैंक यू. इस बीच हमने इनवाइट किया हुआ है डॉक्टर नीलाक्षी देव चौधरी जी. मैम, आप कुछ बताइए आपके क्षेत्र में कैसे क्या चलता है, और आपकी तो नॉर्थ ईस्ट में ऋतु विशेष के बारे में कुछ वहाँ स्पेशली अपना असम और मेघालय, चेरापूंजी वर्षा ऋतु ज्यादा हाईलाइट रहती है, तो उस क्रम में आपका ऋतुचर्या विशेष के लिए कुछ उल्लेखनीय बातें हो, उनको आप शेयर करिए हमसे हमारे प्लेटफॉर्म से. आज स्वागत है आपका. अनम्यूट कर लीजिए मैम. नीलाक्षी
सर. नमस्ते सर.
नमस्ते. नमस्ते.
To season, sir, thank you sir. Today's lecture was very nice, and regarding change of seasons, we have to be very cautious regarding food and drinking water also, To prevent toxin accumulation, we'll have to drink lukewarm ginger water during the winter season, and also so that we don't have any digestive issues or respiratory problems. And especially during this season, before the Basant Ritu, there are a lot of plants like Basaka. These seasonal flowers are there. So people of this area consume such food to prevent skin diseases and respiratory tract infections and viral infections. Spring season, just around February, March, these plants, the Basaka flowers, the people take those plants to prevent respiratory ailments. And another thing I'd like to speak regarding sleep. So summer season may, unless you're exhausted, you should not take rest. We should take rest in the afternoons, nap once you're exhausted. And in the winter season also, people should avoid taking rest after their lunch.
Thank you, madam. Thank you very much. Really, you put forward a very important thing of your reason side. Especially, we were all learned for the Basaka, Terra Basaka, Basaka, Putpaka, Basaka Soras. But you talked about the Basaka flower, though we know that
Yeah,
it
Basaka.
has.
Basaka flowers, very much popular here. Yeah.
Very good. Here we have got 4 types of Basaka, having black flower, white flower, red flower, and yellow flower. So which of the colored flower is used there for this purpose?
Red flower.
Red flower.
Red one, yeah.
Because white flower is a cosmopolitan. It is along with the Ganges range here in Haridwar. It is automatically grown up. So it's very important for all the Basaka preparations here for local, manufacturer factories also. So thank you very much. Really, you put forward. This is why we are interested and insisting all the participants, all the dignitaries of our platform, that they please come with their some important sectorial suggestions, and whatever the medicines are having their special role in their regions, they should come forward. So thank you so much for contributing a lot of very good and new information. In the same continuation, I would like to say our Ved Shriram ji have also joined. Ved Shriram ji, आपका स्वागत है. प्रणाम सर. आपके पास तो अनुभवों का खजाना है और इस समय आप हमसे जुड़े हुए हैं. हम आपका स्वागत करते हैं. आइए, आपने कुछ आज के दिनचर्या ऋतुचर्या विशेष में कुछ बिल्कुल एकदम की पॉइंट्स ऐसे हों जो सभी महानुभाव आराम से इस्तेमाल कर सके और अपने स्वास्थ्य को बचाए रख सके, विशेष रूप से ऋतु परिवर्तन के क्रम में, तो हम लोग लाभान्वित होंगे. आपका स्वागत. वैद्य श्रीराम जी, नमस्कार. यस सर. सर अनम्यूट कर लीजिए वैद्य जी. जी सर.
हेलो.
जी सर, प्रणाम सर.
प्रणाम सर, प्रणाम.
आइए, स्वागत.
मैं कहीं दूसरी जगह बैठा हूँ जो वहाँ.
अच्छा.
हाँ, तो
अच्छा, अभी सुविधाजनक नहीं है. कोई बात नहीं.
मेरा आपको प्रणाम, सभी लोगों को नमस्कार. आप लोग करिए. नमस्कार. प्रणाम.
धन्यवाद. क्षमा करें, हमने आपको डिस्टर्ब कर दिया. अगर
सुविधाजनक नहीं, कोई बात नहीं.
धन्यवाद.
ठीक सर.
मेरी विनती है कि हमारे पास अब हमारे प्लेटफॉर्म से जो लोग जुड़े हुए हैं, उनमें से अपने विचारों को अपनी तरफ से रखना चाहे तो उनका स्वागत है. हमारे साथ में अब लगभग हमने सभी की चर्चा ले ली है. हमारे जो आज के विद्वान वक्ता, जो अतिथि वक्ता रहे हैं, यदि उनको कुछ अपना कुछ थोड़ा सा इनपुट और देना हो, अपना एज ए फीडबैक, प्रोफेसर रामदास जी और मैडम दोनों ही हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं. और तो हम चाहेंगे 2-4 वाक्यों में अपनी और चर्चा कर लें कि आज करीब 1.5 घंटे का समय हो गया है और चर्चा पूरी होने में. तो स्वागत है आपका.
I have only one point to be told, because whatever be the cause for the disease, if anybody asks, Srodho Dushti is the reason for the diseases. So Ritus are actually playing a great role, as we spoke, that water, heat, cold and Vayu, these three factors. When you take doshas also, this karma is being disturbed. So Srodho Dushti is going to happen. Especially in Ritu Sandhi, it is happening actually, because one changes to other. So that time only we have to be very careful. Even in the Ritu, if you follow also, in the Ritu Sandhya, if you do not take care, then it will be, as the sir told, Dushi, Visha or anything, it can produce a lot of toxin. Even after that, if you follow the Rutucharya, it is not going to help you. It will be more and more complicated, because in that Amabhajana will not be taking place, because that time only everything is happening. So Rutucharya has to be taken very, very important when we speak about the Rutucharya. Ritu Sandhi is very, very important. And whatever be the medicine you are taking or whatever be the food you are taking, it should not disturb your Shrodas according to the Ritu Svabhava, because Shrodas should be clean. So Vada movement should be perfectly maintained inside the body. For that, that may be the Haridagi is being considered as, because Haridagi does the first Shaga, it travels, and after coming to the Koshta only it will get digested and it will do the Virejana actually. That's the beauty of Haridagi. It acts in Shagas first, then only in the Koshta it acts. This is what is I read in a book when the Manasiga Roga, Abhaya is being used. So it does first the Shaga along with whatever be the medicine you are giving, whatever be the travel, it travels through the Shaga completely and come back to the Koshta and get digested and do the Mrudu Virajana. That is the capacity of that one. So that is why Haridagi is being advised for every Rudu and every condition. It is the greatness of the Haridagi, Abhaya. Actually, it is Abhaya. The terminology is very beautiful, because you can take in any season, any condition. Only thing is you have to be very careful while taking the Anubhana, what you are using. Otherwise, it is very good, because Shaga Shuddhi Tadanantarameva Koshta Shuddhi. That is the greatness of Haridagi, that which I read in a paper. This much I want to add. I'm sure.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. In this way, you have opened a newer vistas regarding the concept and action of Haritki, because in that way we can say that whatever we are swallowing, taking, that is reaching to the stomach, and then after its absorption of the active ingredient, it reaches to the collateral circulation first, and then it will again come back to the intestines and it will work, something of this sort, because all modern medicine person will understand that when first it will work in Shakha and then it will work in the Koshtha. It's really some miraculous approach if it has been labeled or made some terms in terms of the understanding of its physiological action. But
probably
still,
I think it is because of its Vikashi guna, sir. That is the reason they are telling.
Vikasi.
It has got the yes, it has got the ability to travel very fast.
Pug is also Vikasi. This Pug, Supari, that is Vikasi. Pug is Vikasi. Haritki, I think it containing five rasas. The great scholars will say something about.
It travels very fast.
Professor,
I studied about Haridagi from my mother. Actually, my mother used to prepare Haridagi Takram. She gives in the childhood for the Virejana. And it does all the works in the body.
Haritki, Harad, Shodhi Harad, and Haritki in a form of Murabba, that works like anything, especially for the children, for Virejan. Professor Vishubhya Sharma is very much with us, and he is of Kaya Chikitsa department. He will throw light over this concept, that in what way it can be levelized in terms of the action of Haritki in our GI there. Professor Vishubhya Sharma ji, we invite you. Thank you.
Namaskar. Thank you. Thank you. So as Savi eminent speaker, they presented their speech very nicely. Dr. Ross explained very nicely. Prabha Sharma also explained very nicely. Dr. Bhaskar Bhattacharya, she also explained very nicely. So regarding Horitaki, yes, this remove the obstruction, and mostly we use this Horitaki in liver disorder. If you have any liver disorder, yes, Gomutra Horitaki, it was very good result, because it has a स्रोतो अवरोध को भी हटाते हैं और रिजुविनेट करते हैं. In northeastern region, people mostly consume tulsi leaf, adrak water, and haldi. Most of the people they consume. In regarding any respiratory disorder in Basant, we ask the people, whatever water you consume, add tulsi or adrak, mostly adrak water. When water you boil, add adrak, and that water you consume whole the day. And it shows in respiratory disorder. So our RITU is more scientific. Already Dr. Bhatsati has told that mind and gut relation is there. And it's depend if we follow this, whatever I mentioned in our Ayurvedic classic, then we can maintain our health and we can keep our body free from diseases. We have to follow the RITU Sajja regarding diet and Vyamo or Biharo also. So thank you, Professor Vijay, for giving me chance to speak.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Your talk cannot be considered as complete if you not talk about the Supari Pug, because your district is named as Guwahati. Guwahati is made up of Guwak than Hati. Guwak means
yes.
Supari, where Hat means market, bazaar. The district where the Supari is in abundance and available and it is sold there, so it is named as Guwahati. Guwahati.
Yes.
This much my knowledge. So your talk will not be completed without having the special touch of the Guwahati, Guwak.
Yes, Guwahati. Yes. In Assam, it is full of this. We call as Tamil Supari. We consume it with betel nut leaf, pan. So pan and supari, after taking heavy lunch or dinner, if we take supari along with pan, so it will help in digestion also, and it will give strength. And some of the supari from the Meghalaya, Shillong area, if we consume outside Assam or outside people, that supari cannot consume because it is more strong. After taking that, you will be sweating, redness, hot flashes there. Okay. Due to its more action is there. So mostly we consume daily. Most of the people, nowadays people, they consume less, but I saw my grandmother at night also they consume this supari. So if you take in proper doses, it gives you health because it helps in digestion, properly in digestion. So it is mostly available in Assam. It is freely available in every house. More than 10 in village area, more than 10, 20 trees are there. So Guwahati is named as a supari. Is called Gua. Guwahati, that is its name, term as Guwahati. So thank you, B.K. Agnihotri.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. With these words that Guwahati is there, of course, it is also known as Pug and Vikasi. So sometimes it also gives some hallucination and some cardiac palpitation. But yes. So and as far as your citizen is concerned, they are having that sarauta all the time to cut this nut, and sometimes they keep it in water to make it soft. But still, from your side, this pan and supali, the supali, the pug and betel leaves. I am thanking all the guest speakers and handing over this program to Professor Pawan Sharma ji, because as after dinner, pan supali is there, which you have already talked about. So thank you so much, Professor Vishnu Shastram. Thank you.
I am the victim of pan supari, sir. I did adiyog of pan supari. So then I had to sacrifice my all teeth. due to this supari and
Yes.
20 pan per day, along with supari and tobacco, she is. So now I left the pan and supari.
Our
Thank you,
Professor
thank
Shukla ji, they were having dholi ke dholi pan BHU mein, Sonarpura, Madanpura se, and having sarauta all the time, tuna, sarauta, supali all the time. Yes. Yes.
Tomorrow is zero tolerance day for female mutilation, but we have converted it into zero tolerance for AYUSH criticism. Unwantedly, AYUSH is being criticized by everybody without any evidence. So zero tolerance should be there in Ayurvedic faculties, in Ayurvedic experts, to protect them, to combat them, and to make publicity against that criticism. So tomorrow we will be meeting at 8 p.m. as per our standard time for zero tolerance for AYUSH criticism. I would like to request Sudhakar Reddy ji to bless on the event tomorrow. I hope tomorrow Sudhakar Reddy ji will be, and I am really confident, and I am inviting Dr. Ramadas also for tomorrow, is that why they are criticizing us. Without any evidence, they are criticizing us. For Shastra Karma, they are criticizing. For Swarna Prasan, they are criticizing. For AYUSH 64, they are criticizing. For Corona, anti-Corona remedies, they are criticizing. And we are just patiently listening on. So we should have zero tolerance for this criticism, and we should combat that in very scientific manner. Thank you very much. Ramdas ji, we will be waiting for you tomorrow. Sudhakar ji, Ramdas ji, thank you very much.